The British royal family is unlike any other monarch in the world. They are the most famous and recognizable across the globe. They are also extremely rich, with a net worth of about $88 billion. They live like true celebrities rather than royals. In fact, they are very famous celebrities and do get treated accordingly. They also own more prime real estate and mansions, among other assets such as jewelry, gold, and investments than you can imagine, which they have become exceedingly efficient at concealing. However, once one is done deciphering all the wordy mambo-jumbo that litters the most prestigious websites and government portals about their possessions, wealth, sources of income, and powers in the UK and across the Commonwealth, they will find the ultimate truth about them, and it can be summed in 5 words: extreme wealth, luxury, and fame. Stay tuned, because today, all the British royals' secret wealth, luxurious lifestyle, and opulent mansions among other assets will be revealed, and it will shock you to your core. Okay, let's start by defining and deciphering the British royal sources of power and wealth that enable them to live in extreme comfort and opulence that we can only dream of. Their true power comes from real estate, more particularly in the UK. Before the 18th century, they literally used to be the owners of the entire UK and all countries that were conquered by the British Empire. And when I say own, I mean literally own and use and abuse as they please. But everything changed at the end of the 17th century when they were cornered by a changing world and the rise of a new super-rich class in the UK, and thus forced to become only part owners of the UK land and take fewer profits from the colony's resources. Skipping all the historical stuff, today they own a staggering 247,000 acres of land in the UK, along with 30 stunning palaces, all worth a whopping $88 billion. Not because the land is vast, but because it includes prime real estate across the UK that is being rented out to developers, farmers, corporations, and you name it. They also own about half of the foreshore of the entire UK, which covers thousands of square kilometers. Since most of the UK's oil and gas are offshore, they make heaps of money from leasing their foreshore to oil, gas, fishing, mining, wind farming, and tourism corporations. Additionally, if you caught a salmon fish or any other type of fish in a river while on any of their lands, you will have to pay for it. As if that is not enough, they have all rights for all gold and silver below the entire UK, meaning all gold and silver mining corporations anywhere in the UK must pay them a percentage of the extracted precious metals. They are the biggest, most powerful landlord in the UK and perhaps in the whole world. And since the UK is a vast nation with about 70 million people, a permanent member of the UN Security Council, and one of the world's top 5 richest and most powerful economies, they are set to enjoy endless luxury, lavishness, and power as a lobbying power as long the UK is glorious and great. Everything they own is managed by a variety of dedicated government-run companies, including the Crown Estate, the Duchy of Lancaster, and the Duchy of Cornwall. Do not mind the odd names. They are massive companies and hundreds of years old. The largest of them is the Crown Estate, which was founded in 1760 by George III. They get exactly 25% of all income from the 3 companies, which combined amount to about $250 million a year. So, they get all that money without ever having to worry about anything or even moving a finger. Mind you that their 3 companies are also major developers and own plenty of malls, residential, office, and commercial buildings, farms, and you name it. All are located on the royals' land, including an entire priceless robust street and other prime real estates in the center of London. They also make between $100 to $200 million as a brand. Yes, they are a brand that is envied and followed by tens of millions in the UK and about 500 million people worldwide. They are celebrities, and they mostly cater to the rich and famous. This fact contributes to the UK's economy. In return, they do not get a cut from the profits, but they get an allowance designed to help them maintain appearances along with their royal palaces, which are major tourist destinations. They also receive costly protection from the UK government. The Crown Estate and 2 other companies they own are also set up like a trust fund, so they are not allowed to sell any of it. This was done by their ancestors to ensure the continuation of a rich and powerful monarch. even if it no longer had absolute control. They do have their own private money and investments too, which are said to be worth around $10 billion, including jewelry and an undisclosed amount of diamonds, gold, bonds, and cash, which by law, they never have to reveal. After Queen Elizabeth died, about $600 million worth of jewelry, bonds, investments, and other private assets were passed to the new King Charles III, who already had about the same amount in wealth. They do not have any real political power except what their status, wealth, and historical significance are buying them as a lobbying power. However, if the UK Parliament went haywire or rouge, the King has the power to dissolve it and impose a new parliamentary election. Here is an interesting fact. The British royal family owns a stamp collection worth $100 million and racehorses, stables, and private properties in Sandringham in Norfolk, and Balmoral in Aberdeenshire worth an additional $100 million. As for art, well, their original Leonardo da Vinci drawings collection alone consists of more than 600 priceless pieces of majestic rare paintings that are worth at least $2 billion. And if you are curious who will live in which palace now that the Queen has passed away, King Charles will move into Buckingham Palace as his London home, while Prince William and Kate will likely move into the gorgeous and spacious Windsor Castle. Here is another interesting fact. Canada pays the British royals about $65 million a year, while Australia pays them about $150 million per year. We are not sure why, but it also has something to do with the Crown Estates in these two countries. For some odd reason, some charities collect charity and give it to the royal family. We are not sure why, but it is rather symbolic and has cultural and historical significance. Okay, let's take a look at some of their extravagant palaces and villas that combined are worth more than $12 billion. The British royal family has long resided in some of the most prestigious buildings in the world. Some are notoriously famous, such as Buckingham Palace, but many are lesser-known residences found throughout the United Kingdom and the world. The most well-known and visited of all the royal properties is Buckingham Palace in London, which is the official residence of King Charles. It was designed in a neoclassical style. The palace has a total of 775 luxurious rooms, including 188 staff bedrooms, 92 offices, 78 bathrooms, 52 royal and guest bedrooms, and 19 staterooms. The Kensington Palace is also one of their most prized possessions. This palace is truly massive and majestic. It boasts 547 rooms and was the home of Princess Diana. And there is the 900-year-old ultra-opulent Windsor Castle. In addition to the main stunning building, it features several private royal homes that are just sumptuous and out of this world, and the famous St. George's Chapel, the location where Prince Harry and Meghan Markle married in May 2018. One of their palaces in Scotland is the intriguing Balmoral Castle, which served as Queen Elizabeth's summer home. It is massive and sits on 50,000 acres of beautiful land and boasts a staggering 150 buildings. Queen Victoria and Prince Albert originally purchased the castle in 1852, and it's remained one of the royal family's favorite vacation spots. And of course, there is the magnificent Sandringham House that sits on a beautiful 19,000-acre estate. It is a private residence of the royal family near Norfolk, England. They usually celebrate Christmas at this rich palace and attend religious services at the Church of St. Mary Magdalene, which is located on the grounds. Prince Edward and Sophie live in the cool, spacious, and stunning Bagshot Park Palace in Surrey. It boasts 57 luxurious rooms and is surrounded by mesmerizing heavenly gardens. Their other magnificent, unparalleled, opulent palaces, manors, and houses include, but are not limited to the St. James's Palace, the Clarence House, Ivy Cottage, the Wren House, Nottingham Cottage, the Gatcombe Park House, the Highgrove House, the Wynnewermud Palace, the Hillsborough Castle, the Palace of Holyrood House, Amer Hall, the Dolphin House, the Castle of May, the Royal Lodge, a stunning Santa Barbara villa where Prince Harry and Meghan Markle live, the Frogmore House, Thatched House Lodge, the Dumfries House, Barnwell Manor, the Old Royal Palace of Hatfield, the Hampton Court Palace, the Craigowin Lodge, the Birkhull Castle, the Fort Belvedere House, and the list goes on and on. These properties are massive, and most of them can be visited by tourists. The royals travel in style and under heavy protection, on the same expensive and comfortable heavily secured planes used by the UK's government for the Prime Minister and other high-ranking officials. But, according to some experts, the king owns a $35 million Gulfstream private jet, and since they are a global brand that attracts tourism, the media, and plenty of business, many luxury businesses such as five-star hotels and private airlines offer them free services such as entire floors in some of the most opulent hotels in the world, free use of prestigious private jets, and free yacht rentals that usually cost about $1 million a week to rent. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and hit the notification button to get updates on our latest videos that cover the hard-to-track and elusive luxury, net worth, and business issues associated with our beloved, rather secretive celebrities.